What's going on, Arizona sports fan family? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Today, what I want to talk about is Isaiah Simmons, and is he getting his star linebacking role back with the Arizona Cardinals defense? Let's dive right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Roll that intro. All right, everybody, welcome back in. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, today what I want to specifically talk about is Isaiah Simmons and his progress that he's made so far in this 2022 season. Before we get started, definitely do me one huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. We're throwing out videos daily on this channel, so definitely subscribe and join the community. All right, everybody, let's go and dive right into it here. Let's talk about our linebacking core for the Arizona Cardinals right now as it sits. So we got Zaven Collins, Isaiah Simmons, Nick Vigil, Tanner Vallejo, and Ben Newman as of right now. Now, I think it's pretty obvious, right? There's a lot of Arizona Cardinal fans as of right now pretty worried about the progression of Isaiah Simmons and what he has contributed to this Arizona Cardinal defense. Now, when we ended up drafting him in the draft 8th overall, a lot of fans were excited, right? When he was coming out of the draft from Clemson, he was used up as that Swiss Army knife, the guy that was going to basically unlock anything that we needed in our defense. And as of right now, Isaiah Simmons hasn't really kind of lived up to that hype coming out to the draft, right? Because, you know, in Clemson, he played a lot of different things, right? He was playing safety, he was playing edge, he was playing linebacker, he was doing it all. Now, I think one of the biggest concerns in the national media is that when he did go to the Arizona Cardinals, that we weren't going to be able to know how to use him. And I do feel like that was kind of, you know, translated for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, for the most part, I know that the Arizona Cardinals wanted to use him as a middle linebacker more than anything, and we definitely have used them there. I think the biggest problem that we're seeing right now is that there's no patience, right? We try to start him up at the Mike linebacker, and I don't think that was the smartest thing to do. It might have been just too much information for the young man, especially because how he was used in Clemson was completely different, right? He was that star role. He was the guy that was basically going after the ball any chances that he can get. And as of right now, the Arizona Cardinals are trying to use him in that star linebacking role. Now, is that going to happen again? Possibly, right? Now, he might need to continue to get his development going, continue to get challenged by these coaches, and it seems like it's working so far. At least the production on the field is getting, you know, recognized by the Arizona Cardinal fans. Now, in the first week of this season, Isaiah Simmons had a total of 87% snaps, you know, played on the defense. In week 2, that's where it kind of seemed like the panic was starting to set in. Maybe for the coaching staff, maybe for the fans, is where week 2 and week 3 ended up happening, because in week 2, he only had 22% of the snaps on defense. Week 3, it was 33%. Now, by week 4, it jumped up to 83%. The good majority in terms of who was seeing the snaps from, you know, Isaiah Simmons, it was kind of getting shared amongst, you know, Nick Vigil, Tanner Vallejo, as well as Ben Newman. So it was kind of like a mix-up. And I don't know if this was something where the coaching staff was kind of, you know, either A, try to teach him a lesson. Maybe it was. Maybe he wasn't learning the defense as fast as they wanted him to. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like, especially with the glowing remarks that we're hearing from Cliff and from Vance Joseph, is that he has the tools, he's got the physical ability, he's got the gift. It's just, can he put it out on the field, right? Now, for me specifically, I think that the best ability for him to get better is when he does make those mistakes, right? Now, we ended up seeing something like this happen before in his rookie year when he was the starting linebacking position, and then he started against the 49ers, and then after that, he completely disappeared. And I think this is kind of one of those things where we're like, well, hey, right? He needs to kind of get that familiarity. He needs to go ahead and get those reps. He needs to get that time of, you know, making mistakes, because that's how he's going to learn. Now, I'm hoping that that's going to be how this Arizona Cardinals team is going to approach it, because Isaiah Simmons has made plays. He absolutely has, right? He was probably one of the biggest factors in terms of why we won that overtime win against the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, he was also the guy that ended up getting the win versus the Seahawks as well, getting that interception from Russell Wilson. So he's got the ability to do so. He just needs to be on the field. He needs to be able to kind of get those reps, get those real game time reps, that real time experience on the field, because one thing that you can't do is replicate, you know, practice and real-time games. You just can't do it. So he needs to be able to do it. And it seems like he is trending in the right direction, looking at the snap counts, looking at the percentage amount that he is on the field now. So is he going to get his star linebacking position again? Possibly. It looks like it's starting in that right direction now. Is he going to be able to get the green dot? Maybe not. I think they might need to give him a little bit more time to really perfect his craft and what he's going to do, because let's be honest, there is some tight ends out there that are almost unguardable. You know, your Travis Kelce's. It probably does maybe put a damper on the spirit of the young man, and I get it, right? This is football. I understand. But in the grand scheme of things, when he's doing too much, especially having the green dot and trying to call the plays and all that different stuff, try to call the defense, it's definitely rough for a young man to try to gather all that together. But like I said a little earlier, he's taking a step in the right direction pertaining to getting his playing time back on the field, and that's exactly what we need from Isaiah Simmons. We most likely will be getting the duo that we all wanted to see, right, which is the Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons experiment. We've all been waiting at the edge of our seat to see what that's going to look like. Zaven Collins has actually impressed a lot of fans so far in the season, including myself. So I'm very excited to see how Zaven Collins is going to continue to get better and better the more games that he plays. I'm super stoked about it, guys. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the whole Isaiah Simmons situation. Put everything in the comments below. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cards.